Welcome, Capricorn, to your November 2021 reading. So this month is going to be really different from how I normally do the readings. I felt inspired to read a bit more intuitively rather than go through the traditional Celtic cross or just any kind of, system that's already in place. I kind of feel like breaking out of that a bit. So, and, as I was thinking that this morning, as I was getting my energy ready and getting ready to do this reading for you today, I was thinking about how I think that the month of November in general, a couple of the words that came up for me this month was breaking out of the norm, trusting. Trust is going to be a really, really big theme for all the signs this month, for everybody, because there is so much that is changing and there's so much that continues to change. And I'm hearing the words, there's no going back. There's no returning to the old. It's just new and it's different. And there's a new way of doing things, and it's going to require a bit of a learning curve. And for you, Capricorn, one of the main themes I see for this month is a shift in focus. So maybe some of the, areas in your life that you've been focusing on for a while, that is not I'm hearing it's going to start taking a back seat, that you're going to start delving into something different or new for yourself that maybe you didn't give a whole lot of time to or a whole lot of attention to before. And now all of a sudden in November, it's going to be inspiring for you to really explore different things and discover new things. So newness and discovering and curiosity is also going to play a role for you this month. As I was shuffling your cards, so again, as I pull out these cards, I just kind of want to do it intuitively. I'm just going to see what kind of messages come out and go that way, because I really feel like this month has that feel to it. It has this feel of just trusting your intuition, seeing how things go, playing out with different things, and, allowing ourselves to break out of some confinement or restriction that we have found ourselves in. It's going to be about pulling ourselves out of maybe a box if we've kind of boxed ourselves in or put certain types of expectations or limitations on ourselves because that was our programming or that's what we have learned to do. And now it's about expanding, and it's about doing something different, doing something more authentic, something that really feels good from within. And you'll be surprised at how much abundance you see come into your life when we do that. So I think that this month of November, let's go into it with a bit of curiosity, enthusiasm, and trusting what comes up, trusting where we're going to go from here, and trust that there is a plan for us ahead, even if we can't entirely see it. And it's also about what I'm also feeling is to also just listen to your inner voice, because there might be a lot of voices around you, and listening to that inner voice is going to serve you very well this month, because, others are going to come from their level of understanding. And so this month I'm kind of seeing it's not going to be too much of a importance to kind of listen to. Yes, we can always kind of take into consideration other people's voices and, their opinions, but I think this month is more about trusting yourself, because only you can walk that unique path that has been laid out for you. And so this month is about trusting that. So let's get into these cards here. And let's see how this goes. I'm trusting my instincts by doing this, and kind of breaking out of a pattern. So let's see what comes up for you, Capricorn, this month of November. I do see it being very inspiring. I did see someone going to a university, like getting a job at a university. So maybe some of you are professors, or you're an assistant professor, or you have some kind of, I'm hearing grant. So maybe some of you have a grant. Or a research project, I'm hearing the word PhD. So it kind of feels like this, and it's new. It's definitely new, but it's very exciting. And I'm seeing a lot of joy and happiness and inspiration and feeling like you've gotten, I'm hearing like second chance or like this new lease on life. So there's like this refreshing energy to it, something very different and new, and maybe something that you've been wanting for a long time, something that you've been working very hard for a very long time. So opportunities are going to be really abundant for you. There's going to be quite a few doors opening up for you, and you may not take every opportunity, but you'll kind of have the options in front of you to be able to kind of explore, what's the best fit for you. So there's a real opportunity for growth and expansion in your career this month, Capricorn. Okay. See what we have coming up for Capricorn, the month of November 2021 here. What do we have coming up? Ooh, love that. Yeah, okay, so here I kind of see clarity, clarity on a new direction, clarity on, and going forward, there's opportunities. I feel like there might be someone that comes to you with an opportunity. There's someone in your life or someone you have not met yet that will come into your life and kind of hand you the key to something that you've been wanting for a long time. I'm also seeing that someone may come in and give you a message or give you like a something will click, like someone will say something or someone will kind of suggest something, and it will be something that clicks for you that helps you to run with it. Like it will really just spark. It could be something that you're searching for, like an answer to a question you've had, or you're trying to find something or find like the perfect fit for something, and you'll be led to it, or someone will bring it to you or say it. So kind of pay attention to some of your surroundings, like things that you're hearing on the radio or things that you're hearing on TV, or people kind of passing you by, and conversations that you may hear just on the side, and I'm seeing that it will kind of lead you to the thing that you need to do next. So really pay attention to your surroundings this month, and it will spark your interest. It will spark your curiosity. And I kind of feel like it'll come out of nowhere. I kind of feel like it'll be something that may catch you off guard, or something that may, it's like a light bulb moment. Like all of a sudden something will click for you really, really well. So that's going to be something that I see coming up for you, Capricorn, this month. Okay, and something that offers a lot of abundance, something that really brings in some good abundance for you here. There also may be changes in the home. With the Ten of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there may be some changes in the home here. There may be something along the lines of, changes in dynamics in a relationship, probably. Just kind of change of scenery. I'm seeing, there's like an adjustment in living situation. So, maybe I'm seeing someone, kind of like the energy is kind of moving in the direction of people moving, but like the people in the home are moving in different directions. So maybe someone's like moving out, or, if you have like a family, or picking up and moving. But I'm seeing it to me in my sense, it kind of looks like chess pieces moving around inside of a home. So I'm kind of getting the sense that there's some kind of movement in the home. It doesn't seem hard or difficult. It just feels like a change. Something is it's just time to move or shift. It's almost like there's this stagnant energy that was there, and it's time to move out of that stagnant energy. And it kind of feels like Spirit is helping with that. Spirit is helping with the Spirit's helping in that area. So with the Empress upside down, it kind of does feel like there might be someone in your life that, or you may be the Empress here. It's upside down. So it's kind of feels like there's an ending to some kind of, maybe some kind of relationship. There's like a shift. There's a shift there in a relationship, I kind of feel like. So if some of you are the Empress, it's like maybe someone might be moving out. is pretty much kind of what I'm seeing. So, or that may be like a heavy topic or something that really comes into focus this month, where there might be like a female figure in your life, or unless you're the female figure, Capricorn, it's like wanting to move or shift or change. Not participating is what I'm hearing, like not wanting to be a part of the thing, like not wanting to be part of the community, the group. So wanting to take an exit, wanting to exit out. Yeah, I'm seeing that. So like her energy is not in it. Like her energy is not there. So I do see that. Let's keep going here. What else do we have coming up? Let's clarify the Ace of Swords here. We need to know about the Ace of Swords. Nine of Swords. Interesting. Okay. So, there might be something where your mind is opening up, Capricorn, something that something is coming into focus where there's some clarity. There's some clarity on something, and it may be causing some worries, maybe causing some anxiety, sleepless nights, fears, that kind of thing. So I feel like this month, it may be important for you to make sure that you ground yourself, make sure that you allow yourself to really come into a state of presence, and to, I'm hearing like focus on things that you're passionate about, because that will help you to bring you out of the state of worry or living up in the headspace. Nature will be very good. I'm seeing like, replenishing yourself in nature. I'm feeling a lot of anxiety. So I think that, that's going to be focusing on managing the anxiety levels will be beneficial for you, because we don't want it to increase. I'm hearing don't let it overflow. Like don't ignore it to the point where it overflows is what I'm seeing. And now I'm seeing Coca-Cola. Why am I saying Coca-Cola? Maybe some of you like to drink Coca-Cola. I'm seeing like the red logo. Interesting. And I'm seeing like the fridge, like a Coca-Cola fridge, like this little small ones. Oh, that's very interesting. I don't know. Very interesting. Something about, I don't know, maybe someone has one, and there's something in this message for you about that. Okay, let's do a clarifying card for the Ace of Swords and Nine of Swords here. Okay, and also for the Nine of Swords, there's something about like a history. There's a history of stories. That's what I'm seeing. Like there's a pattern. Yes. Okay, pattern. There's a pattern. There's like a generational pattern of this something. So this is something about repetitive patterns that need to be cleared and cleansed. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm seeing, Capricorn, is that there may be something that happens this month that gets brought to your attention. So there's some clarity around maybe some generational patterns of something about maybe worrying or, like this tendency or predisposition to a specific type of behavior or thinking that tends to kind of overpower or overshadow our ability to see situations clearly, or to be able to manage the situation in a clear state of mind. So there's something here about ancestry, generational patterning, and that might come to your awareness. Like that may be something that you start exploring. Like, how can I be aware of this and then allow myself to transcend it, allow myself to transmute it at the same time. Seven of Pentacles. So Seven of Pentacles oftentimes is the card of assessment. It's a card of analyzing, seeing where we are right now in the moment and kind of feeling out where we're going to go. I think that you can kind of sense that there's a huge shift. There's a change in the wind happening for you, Capricorn. And we're not really sure where that's going to go. We're not really sure what the change will bring. And I think that might be something else that you're worrying about, something that you're seeing that, there's some kind of clarity, some kind of awareness that you're coming into in the month of November. And, it could contribute to worries, and it could also highlight, these patterns that tend to tend to follow like every time this particular things happen, I tend to go into this state of mind, or I tend to go down this road. So let me do something different from how I normally do it. So there's kind of like this assessment of that almost. There's an assessment of something. So, I think in the month of November also, Capricorn, you can sense that, something's changing, something is not the same anymore. And that may make you feel a little bit uneasy because it could be that you don't like the change. You don't want things to change. You liked things the way they were fine with you, that kind of thing. So I'm kind of sensing that, it may be like shaking you up a little bit and maybe kind of really rocking the level of stability that you had. So there could be just some kind of worry about something. But with the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like you're kind of going to be in a state of observation. You're going to just watch and see how things unfold and how things play out from here. I'm also hearing the word gratitude with the Seven of Pentacles, gratitude for how far you've come, where you've been. Even if kind of things go in a different direction from what you have originally planned, this month will be a good month for practicing gratitude. That's going to be important. There's some kind of harvest that's coming in here. But there's definitely change. There's definitely a lot of change here. Okay, Three of Swords. So with the Three of Swords, it could be some kind of heartbreak. There could be, I really think that there is, this could be a relationship. So maybe some of you are going through a breakup. Maybe some of you are going through a divorce, a separation, that kind of thing. And I think that, there might just be a lot on your mind. There might be a lot of worries about a specific type of relationship, because Three of Swords is often the card of heartbreak. It's the card of, feeling really wounded. That's what I'm seeing. But then it's also catalyzing this introspection within you as well, Capricorn. And it's kind of leading you down a path of inner exploration as well. Oh, I'm hearing like there's some kind of uprootment here. And I did sense that with the Empress, so like if some of you have like someone who's either you or there is someone is an Empress, then it's like has an Empress in your life, then it's like, there could be someone that's choosing to leave. And so there's this change that's happening. There's this catalyst that is creating a transformation. Even though the transformation may not always feel too pleasant, I'm kind of feeling like it's happening though. Okay, so King of Wands, what do we need to know about the King of Wands? So King of Wands, I'm seeing you being very proactive. There's something here about, being in, kind of like going quickly towards what you want, being very ambitious and charismatic towards a specific goal, being very focused. I am seeing though that there's some opportunities that you are not noticing or that are approaching you. So they may not necessarily approach you in November. They definitely could, but there's some kind of new opportunities that are coming in for you that you may not notice right away. So what I'm seeing, Capricorn, is what I'm hearing is that if some of you are going through kind of like this Three of Swords moment where maybe you're going through a separation, a breakup, or kind of an ending to something, I think that, your focus is kind of going in one direction because, you're going through this experience. But as you're walking that path and as you're kind of, assessing your life and trying to sort through some of the confusion. I'm seeing that behind you, or like on the left side, like there are these opportunities that are coming in for you, where it will help you to reroute and re-navigate into a different realm that will help you to grow. And it'll almost be like I don't know if it's a distraction from the heartbreak, or it's something that will help you understand yourself better so you can heal the heartbreak or this kind of loss or disappointment that you are feeling at the moment. So let's see. Let's look into King of Wands. What do we need to know? Ooh, yes. Yeah, the Tower moment. Yeah, there's definitely some significant changes that are happening, with you right now, Capricorn, I'll be honest. And it's asking you to also kind of, and it's almost like it's requiring you to really pull out this fire. It's almost kind of like, it's something that it's one of those things that it's like this, kind of more of a difficult situation, but it's catalyzing a positive transformation within you. Something that you needed to see, something that you needed to feel, something that you needed to kind of go through, to kind of pull you out of some kind of situation or rut here. Knight of Cups. Yeah. Okay. But it's reversed. So there could be this protecting your heart is what I'm seeing. Like you're kind of being very guarded with your heart. You're being very standoffish. You're protecting yourself. You're kind of going into that space of not really wanting to offer your cup of love, not wanting to put yourself out there, not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to participate in some kind of, because there could be some kind of relationship dynamic here where things are kind of going, in a different direction from what you originally planned. So I'm kind of seeing that there is some kind of need to want to protect yourself and not really kind of withdraw. I'm seeing you kind of emotionally withdrawing from a situation. So let's pick one more for that. Clarification for the Knight of Cups, Tower, and King of Wands, please. Wow. Okay, so Two of Cups. So again, partnerships. Yeah, definitely partnerships. And then we have the 10 of Swords. So worried, very worried. And see, that's another thing with the 9 of Swords. It kind of feels like this is something that I'm also getting the sense with the 10 of Swords here is that it's almost like there may be some difficulty in finding clarity in how you really feel about something, Capricorn. It's almost like there's this difficulty in accessing that. There's like, there might be so many other people with their opinions or what they're saying or what they're doing that it's almost like you might find a hard time trying to find some type of center within yourself here. And then we also have the Devil card here as well. And sometimes the Devil card shows up as addictions. It shows up as dependency. It shows up as so I'm also hearing disguise with the Devil card. So it could be something where, things are kind of being revealed to you what you originally thought. It's not really that. So there's some truth that's coming into light, and there's some kind of maybe some dependency. I'm hearing dependency, so that's why I keep saying that. But maybe some dependency that's coming to the surface, something that is creating this trajectory of needing to look at things that we are afraid to look at. So it's kind of like, it almost kind of feels like you're stuck there. Like you've been kind of trapped in this. It's almost like you have to look at this now. It's like the universe, spirit is creating a situation in which it's forcing you to look at it. And then I'm being drawn back to the Tower again here, where it's like with the Tower and the Devil, it's like, it's something that it's like you can only avoid it for so long. That's the Tower card. The Tower card sometimes comes as a shock. It comes as a all of a sudden type thing. But at the same time, is it really a shock? Is it really something that has all of a sudden transpired, or were there signs? Because a lot of times also the Tower card, I mean, yes, sometimes some things definitely are a shock, but what I'm kind of sensing though is that with the Tower card is sometimes there are foundations that are just built on like it's a house that's built on very unstable foundations. And so maybe for years has been like these cracks and these things and things kind of falling apart, but now finally it's kind of like crumbling down. And it's crumbling down because it's something that was not stable to begin with, that's why it's being dismantled. But with every ending, there's always that new beginning. Right now, Capricorn, it feels like you're going through that dismantling period. And in November, it's going to be something where Spirit is asking you to kind of approach things with more of a King of Wands mentality. It was maybe kind of lighting a fire underneath you to try to go towards how to, face head on some of these things that we are experiencing, some of these things that life is kind of making us look at and see. But it does kind of feel like it's something having to do definitely with relationships, because we have the Knight of Cups reversed, we have the Two of Cups here. So definitely some kind of partnership here that's feels like it's kind of coming to an end, or it's, at least even if it's not coming to an end necessarily, but the dynamics are definitely changing. Like there's a huge change in the dynamic of the relationship where it doesn't feel like it's the same relationship at all. Like it's a drastic change. Where we go from that is going to be, and I think that there's a worry here because I'm feeling like there's this hold on wanting things to be the way they were. It's like this resistance to not wanting that change. And I feel like that resistance may make things a bit more difficult if we kind of approach November with that mindset. So I think in November, approaching things with more of an observational, surrendering kind of approach might be helpful here. Let's go into the Ten of Pentacles here. I need to know about the Ten of Pentacles. It's all new, I'm getting this sense that there's a lot of things that are new. So look at that. There's a new beginning here. So with every ending, which is what I said, with every ending, there's a new beginning. Ten of Pentacles is also, the card of commitment. It's the card of, solid foundation, stable foundations, usually, like a married home or couple that have quite a bit of, security. But then there's also this Ace of Pentacles where there's this new beginning with that, so it's definitely things are changing. The dynamics are changing within a relationship, if some of you are in a relationship. And for others of you, if it's not a relationship, it could be something having to do with, a very long-term career is what I'm hearing. So, for some like those, like something that you have been at for a very long time. So there's maybe some significant changes within a career as well. So, there's some big changes coming up for you, Capricorn, in the month of November, I'm seeing. And it's almost like we're navigating this how do we navigate this different trajectory? Because it's almost kind of feels like you didn't expect. It's almost like it was like a sudden detour and you didn't expect it. Let's see, clarification for the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, see the Lovers. Okay, there's definitely something going on the love front here. So maybe there's, an opportunity for maybe like a renewal in love. It's interesting because it kind of feels like, because I did sense that for some of you, it could just be that the dynamic changes within a relationship like that, the energy changes. And so it's kind of like assessing, where are we at now? So it's almost like we're navigating something different. And it kind of feels like, it's so different that it feels like it's, it's going to take some time to kind of get used to something. Because there may be something where, maybe in the relationship, there could have been some unhealthy patterns. And so those unhealthy patterns need to change going forward, because those old ways of doing things are not going to work in this new paradigm or in this new reality. So there's definitely some significant patterns or changes in dynamic within a relationship. I do see that there is, some kind of like distance between both partners. It's almost kind of like, like you're kind of, it's like you're sorting through things. And so it's a little bit like there's not tension, but like kind of some awkwardness is what I'm kind of feeling. Like there's some kind of awkward energy between both people. Almost like there's so much to say, but no one's talking. No one's saying anything. Like everyone just kind of like tiptoeing around the house and not really talking is what I'm seeing. So let's look into that more. What else do we need to know about the Lovers? Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so Star. So there's some illumination. There's things that are coming to light. The Star can also be the card of hope, wanting to rebuild things and holding on to that hope, holding on to that belief that things can be different, that things can change, that kind of thing here. Fool, yeah. So kind of like what I'm hearing is taking risks or going like kind of like charging on ahead and moving forward into a path that you're not really sure if it's going to work or not. So it's kind of like having faith and trusting that everything is going to work, but not really sure what the road is going to look like from here on out. Let's see what else Spirit can give us about that. What can Capricorn know about this new path here? I'm also hearing guidance, like listen to your inner guidance, because it kind of feels like this month you may get some significant messages on where to do next or where to go from here. So it kind of feels like you either have someone in the physical realm like mentoring you or helping you or holding your hand through some difficult period, or you can also have this just this really strong intuition either through dreams or through, this like just this inner knowing where you're really tuned in. That seems to be a very strong message that's coming through for you this month, is to listen to, any subtle signs of some kind of message that's coming in through for you. So maybe through a song or, something you read or something you hear. That kind of thing is going to be very important to tune into. Then Six of Wands. Oftentimes Six of Wands is a card of victory. So you may feel like you're I'm seeing towards the end of the month of November, the energy may feel a bit lighter. I kind of feel like in the beginning of November, or even right now, as like this energy is kind of playing out, I'm sensing that a lot of this energy is bringing out a lot of programming or wounds that were already within you. So it's triggering those, is what I'm seeing. It's triggering those wounds. It's triggering that. It's like bringing it up to the surface. I'm seeing like rocks, like little stones being turned over. So those stones are things, and underneath each stone, I'm seeing a word, like a word engraved on each stone. So it's kind of like uncovering these wounds or things that we rather not look at. And when we turn it over, it's like unpleasant because it's been like sitting in the mud for so long. So it's like covered in mud. Maybe there's like a worm or, all that kind of stuff. So it's like, we don't want to overturn these rocks and these stones, because we know that if we do, we're going to find all kinds of creepy stuff underneath there. So, but it kind of feels like it's happening whether we like it or not, which is often comes with the Tower card. So I think that this month is about being aware that, there are some things that are being revealed to you that you may not want to see, but it's necessary for you to see. And it's necessary for you to know how to approach it, because that will set off the trajectory of how things go for you in the future. So how we are able to navigate the path ahead. will be dependent on how we handle or cope with what we're being faced with right now. And I kind of feel like for you, Capricorn, you may feel like towards the end of the month of November that there's a bit more relief. I kind of feel like you'll start to feel a bit more like you can kind of settle in. I am hearing acceptance, so there may be a sense of acceptance of a certain situation that you can kind of understand, where some things are, why some things are happening the way they're happening. So that's going to be something that you can look forward to in the month of November, because I know that this month feels a bit, a little bit of a mixed bag of illumination, but also some tough stuff that we have to look at. So I'm right there with you, Capricorn. You're not alone on that. I think a lot of people are kind of having to face something here. And then we have the Eight of Cups as well, which is walking away from something that's unhappy. So you may be experiencing this. I really do see you kind of detaching from something or walking away from something. So because it could be something that it's not really resonating with you. It's not resonating with you, but it's kind of just like this. I just see you kind of like detaching from it. So that's what it kind of feels like. It feels like a detachment with the Eight of Cups and kind of looking elsewhere for a source of happiness or a source of something that you feel like is missing. So that's going to be important here. Okay. So what do we need to know about the Empress Reversed here? So with the Empress Reversed, what I'm hearing is withholding. So there could be someone who is an Empress in the month of November that's in your life, or you could be the Empress. Here is that there's like this holding back of something, like kind of not like what's the word? The energy kind of feels like they're being reserved, or they're kind of keeping their offerings to themselves, kind of thing. Like they're not offering their love or their attention, because, Empress is usually an abundant card, and I'm not seeing a lack of abundance. I'm seeing a withholding of abundance. So there could be someone that's not really like giving something as much attention or affection or, what they normally would. It's almost like they've kind of put a wall. Like I'm not giving this, I'm not extending out this energy to you. Yeah, and then the King of Pentacles. So it's going to be a relationship where, there's someone who is okay, so what I'm hearing with the King of Pentacles is that there could be someone here that has like a tendency to be too focused on one thing and not enough on the other. And it could cause another energy to feel like not wanting to like. There seems to be like an imbalance in, it kind of feels like there's an imbalance of offerings here. Like it's an imbalance, like someone putting more effort into a relationship than the other. And then what happened was that one person got tired of it. So they're kind of like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then the other person's just kind of like, I don't understand. And so, but then the other person is, could have been someone that was just too focused. With the King of Pentacles, it feels like there's someone that was too focused on one thing where maybe other areas got neglected, is what I'm kind of seeing. So there's like an imbalance of energies, or an imbalance of like in a partnership, it kind of feels like there's an imbalance there, like too much focus on one thing and not enough on others. So it's kind of caused a reaction from this other energy here. Okay, let's look deeper into this. What do we need to know about this? Oh, interesting. Okay. So Four of Pentacles, which is, holding on to, again, there's kind of like this, almost like this stubborn energy, like not wanting to budge, not wanting to change. I'm really kind of feeling like there's like this fixed energy here. So there's this fixed energy of not wanting to change or not wanting to move, you know, like there's some resistance there. And it's almost like the coping mechanism is almost like I'm not going to open up. I'm actually going to go within more. Like I'm going to kind of close off. And then we have the Seven of Swords here, which is not necessarily, sometimes Seven of Swords can come off as someone who is, you know, being deceptive. But with this card, I always kind of sense that it's more about protection. It kind of feels more like, you know, it's also a card of strategy, you know, being very strategic in the way we approach something. So there's someone here in the dynamic that is, I kind of feel like and again, see with the Four of Pentacles, there's like with this holding, you know, like she has her fence up. She's like holding on to her home. She's not wanting to share it. She's not letting something in. She's not letting someone in. So there could be this like standoff, you know, within a dynamic where someone is not letting someone in, and it's kind of keeping things a secret, keeping things to themselves, being very, and I kind of feel like this is all about the Empress, actually. I feel like this is very Empress energy. So like this is what the Empress is doing. So if you're the Empress, then I kind of feel like this is what you're doing. Or if you're dealing with someone who is the Empress, then this is their energy, you know, where they're kind of just holding back and they're not sharing, they're not offering, they're keeping their valuable things to themselves. They're trying to, and it also kind of feels like they have their focus or their sights set elsewhere. Like they're not focusing on, it's like they shifted their focus off of one thing and on to the next. And it could be the Empress also trying to create, you know, this King of Pentacles energy, like trying to create this long-term wealth, long-term stability for themselves, is what I'm seeing here. Okay, let's pick one more here. We're the Seven of Swords, Four of Pentacles, the Empress and King of Pentacles. Three of Cups. Okay, so there could be some kind of interference. There could be interference of energy. I'm feeling like there's almost like this energy of being like kind of ganged up on, like it's 1 against 3 kind of thing. Feeling like you're at something alone while the other person has support, maybe, is what I'm kind of seeing. Like, I kind of feel like, you know, Three of Cups can show up as, sometimes it shows up as celebrations, you know, that's something that definitely shows up. And, you know, it is a holiday. So, I mean, sometimes that kind of happens, but I mean, that doesn't really play with the rest of the energies that these other cards were saying. So, I mean, sometimes, you know, people say Three of Cups is like a third party situation, but I'm not really seeing that. I'm kind of seeing it's more about, you know, feeling like there's this unfair advantage from one side onto the next. So I think that there could be an Empress here. So what I heard was there could be an Empress here that feels like they're alone at something. And so that's why they feel like they need to kind of protect what they have. Because there could be just a lot of outside influence. You know, there could be this interference or influence from the outside here. It's really interesting. Let's pick one more. Clarify the Three of Cups, please. What does Capricorn need to know about the Three of Cups? Which one? This one? Okay. Nine of Cups. Wow, interesting. Okay, so Nine of Cups is wishes fulfilled. So yeah, it could be there's a celebration coming up. There could be, you know, a party. There could be some kind of joy and happiness that comes in towards the end of the month, especially. So that may be something that you can look forward to this month, is that celebration. But yeah, see, again, we have the Four of Cups here, which is just, you know, withdrawing emotionally from something. So there could be someone in your life that's withdrawing emotionally, or it could be you, Capricorn, that's withdrawing emotionally from a situation. Because there could be just something like you feel like there's like you're at a standstill and you're not really sure what to do. So I'm seeing that there's kind of like this, there's like this pause or a hold on something. It's very interesting. I'm feeling inspired to, let me just do a clarifying card here with the Rider-Waite for the Three of Cups and Nine of Cups. Queen of Swords. Okay, so Queen of Swords comes up as someone who is very... Okay, so I am seeing, I'm not seeing this as a third party situation. I'm seeing this as interference, maybe from someone like a family member, you know, like for example, if you are married and, you know, maybe someone's mother is kind of like getting involved in the whole thing. And it could be something where it happens in some kind of celebration. So if you're going home for the holidays, there's someone that kind of gets involved in some domestic problems or issues and they kind of insert their opinions, that kind of thing. So I'm seeing some kind of like interference within like a relationship from maybe like an older mother figure, you know? And so just kind of be aware of that. Maybe be a bit more, if you don't want this person involved, maybe be discreet with, you know, maybe some things are going personally on in your life. But yeah, there's some kind of like energy. I'm feeling mother energy. So it could be mother or mother-in-law, something like that, that kind of really inserts their opinion or really tries to come in and kind of like remedy a situation, but ends up making it worse, you know, something like that. Yeah, there's like kind of like this, there's kind of like an aggressive energy from the Queen of Swords with this. So just kind of be aware of that. But the Nine of Cups here, I mean, Nine of Cups is often the card of happiness and celebration and being emotionally content here. So maybe there's some kind of I don't know. It feels weird because it kind of feels like there's like multiple things going on. There's like multiple energies that are going on. Interesting. But I'm really kind of sensing a party here. With the Three of Cups and Nine of Cups, I'm sensing like there's an event or like a celebration. And there may be someone that kind of, a person, a significant figure that gets involved in some kind of dynamic here. Okay, let's see. Let's go into... What's the theme for... Ooh, okay. So I'm also feeling like Capricorn, it's going to be really important to ground yourself this month. You may often find that you're getting you may be so much up in your mind that you find you get a little bit dizzy, or like just that those thoughts are kind of overpowering or overtaking. So this month it's good to ground. Nature is going to be really important. I'm also feeling and hearing it's like a salt bath. Take salt baths. Those get those like really nice salts with a good smell to them, like lavender or essential oils will be really important. Maybe like cedar, things that feel kind of grounding, earthy. It's going to be very good for you to consistently and continuously detox your energy, to kind of really like purge, like every morning and every night, to really kind of not to hold on to the negative energy. So if the negative energy is there, it's there. If things are happening, they're happening. And sometimes we don't have always control over what's happening around us. And, you know, but there is some things that we can do to kind of help manage some of the experiences that we're having. And if there's someone that you need to talk to, someone that you need to kind of like, you know, open your heart up to and kind of allow yourself to talk, that would be very good for you. It'd be very healing and helpful for you as well. So I think that I kind of see you being a little bit more in your own world, in your own space this month. Because it kind of feels like there's just a lot coming to the surface. And there's a lot that you're being shown that you didn't really know. Yeah. So, and then it's also really important to know that you're powerful. You know, you're powerful and radiant, glorious, powerful being and strength. I have a deep inner strength and glorious vitality. So I really feel like you're going to come out of this stronger, and like I said, towards the end, the second half of the month feels better than the first half. So maybe the first 2 weeks might be a little bit heavier as you're trying to process and trying to like overcome something. But then towards the end of the month, it really feels like a lot of that energy is going to come back to you, and you're going to regain a sense of identity, a sense of worth, a sense of value, a sense of power, strength. And you may also find some insights in, a change in direction or a change in focus, especially if something is not really like happening for you or working out for you. So that's going to be something that comes up for you as well. So I like the second half of the month much better than the first half. That's going to be, something that you're going to, it's like this, just, it feels a little bit murky, like the waters feel a bit murky there. But at the same time, I see you also being incredibly strong. I see you really pulling out all your reserves to help you hold this heavy weight and be able to carry that on your shoulders, and then allow yourself to explore it and understand it, and to how to heal yourself from it. So feels like there's going to be a lot on your mind. I feel like you're going to go through a lot of thoughts, a lot of memories, a lot of processing. So I think that that's why it's so important for you to find time in your day, like have it be like a routine or like a ritual or some kind of schedule where you find time to really work on your relaxation and to take care of yourself health-wise, physical-wise, that kind of thing. That's going to be really important for you, Capricorn. Let's see what the angels have to say. I have the angel deck out today. What do the angels have to say for Capricorn this month? What message do the angels have for Capricorn this month of November? Here, I can sense Archangel Raphael, which I believe is, I'm not too familiar with my angels, but study. Okay. Study. Interesting. So I kind of feel like, by the way, so Archangel Raphael is, I think, the archangel of healing, the heart. I'm feeling like the heart space. So heart chakra. So heart chakra is going to be an important chakra to focus on this month. That's going to be the highlight of this month for you, Capricorn, is the heart chakra. So make sure you spend time in clearing it, connecting with it, connecting with the heart, connecting things, exploring. So what I'm hearing is exploring things that connect with your heart. And what I'm seeing for some of you is that you may find some passion or love in something that you want to learn, something new that you want to learn. It will actually serve as a gateway into your next leg of your journey, is what I'm seeing. It'll be the bridge. It'll be the bridge that bridges this experience to the next. So there's something here about learning something or studying something. I'm not sure what it is. I think that, it could be formal studying, but because I did see earlier that there was someone getting a job at a university. So it could be going to a university. Maybe some of you are choosing to go back to school. And I'm saying that if you do choose to go back to school, it's something that comes out of left field for you. It's something that comes out of nowhere. Like all of a sudden you decide you want to go back to school, which is great. Let me pick one more here. Let's do a clarifying for the study. Let me do one more card here from the angels. What else? What other messages do you have though? Wow, celebration. Okay, yeah. So again, yeah. And then we have the 9, remember the 9 of Cups and 3 of Cups. So there is some kind of party or celebration that's happening. But then also, with the celebration next to the study, I'm also kind of seeing that there might be something. Okay, so there might be something that doesn't feel too great, like the Tower card and the 3 of Swords. So something that kind of catalyzes this massive transformation and change. But I kind of feel like you're going to have a breakthrough. You're going to have some kind of breakthrough through the difficult period. Something will burst it open, something that you needed to burst open. It could be something, I'm seeing like there was like a cap put on something and it's been suppressed for a really long time. And so this is kind of like the catalyst that you needed. Yes, it's unpleasant. but it's almost it's like the push that you needed to kind of get to this next place, because there could be something that you've been wanting to do, Capricorn, but you haven't allowed yourself or given yourself permission to do. So I'm really seeing that you're going to have like a breakthrough here. You're going to have something where you have like an awareness of something that's been hidden in your shadows, something that has caused you to really kind of numb out or dull down your senses, something where you couldn't allow yourself to, oh, I'm getting really excited now. Wow. Okay. So I felt like this jolt of energy up my spine. So yeah, there's something that like you couldn't allow yourself to embrace, something you couldn't give yourself permission. And so it's like there's this really uncomfortable growing pains or growth period that you're going through, something that maybe something you've always been passionate about, or something that you never really allowed yourself to explore because you just kind of wanted to stay safe or stay in this like safe space. And so I think that out of this, there is this like beautiful silver lining actually to these experiences that you're feeling, because there's like this, it's rerouting you to the path that you actually should be on. It's rerouting you to that destination, to that place where you really want to be. And what's meant for you, Capricorn, that's what's meant for you. You know, it's like, I feel it so strongly. Like, it's a really cool energy, because it's like you think that you're being knocked okay, so what I'm hearing is you think you're being knocked off your path, but you're actually being knocked onto your right path. That's what I heard. Like you're actually being pushed onto it, like almost shoved onto it, you know, like go. This is the path you're actually supposed to be on. You were over here and it wasn't working out for you. You're going to reach a dead end. And so we're going to reroute you over here, because that's not the path that you need to be walking right now. So, and I think that celebration is kind of like this breakthrough is what I'm seeing. Like you're something that you've avoided, something that you've put off for a while, something you didn't want to see, because we could have just gone to a place where we were just complacent and we were kind of settling almost, settling for whatever is just what we could do at that time. I mean, I don't think we ever really go into anything with the intention that we're settling, right? Like we don't have awareness of that. I think that we do our best. But I think that sometimes when we have these moments of illumination, or we realize what we're doing, it's like, oh, what was I doing? Like, why didn't I see this before? And just because it wasn't the right time, and now it kind of feels like things are realigning and shifting, where now it's time for you to see that there's something in store for you. There is a plan for you. Even amongst all of the upheaval and some of the heartbreak that feels heartbreaking right now, it's leading you to something that is actually truly meant for you and truly meant for your happiness. And they're asking me to pull a card here for celebration and study with the Rider-Waite. Is the outcome of the celebration and study card here? Five of Wands and the Moon. Interesting. I love that, because the Moon card is again. Okay. So this is such an in-depth reading. I love this. Okay. So celebration study, the Moon card, Five of Wands, and also the 10 of Wands. Interesting. Okay, so what I'm kind of hearing is like there's like this unfinished business. Yeah, okay. So 10 of Wands is the ending of a struggle, the ending of a burden. And Five of Wands, what I'm hearing is healthy competition. So, there's like this energy of like, again, like I said, avoidance, like avoiding something that might like require you to kind of really be a participant in something, like needing to, and it could be something that might have felt kind of heavy in the past. Like, I don't want to be a part of that. I don't want to deal with that. That's too much work kind of thing, you know, like you weren't in the space for it. But now I kind of feel like you're being invited for that. So we got, yeah, Knight of Wands, and then going forward with it, you know, kind of charging on ahead and really allowing yourself to, like with the 10 of Wands, I'm not seeing, normally it's like a heavy burden or it's like too much, you know, like where you can't handle it. But I think that there's just something where your perspective feels like, you know, you were avoiding something, doing something, maybe pursuing like a line of work or study because it might have felt like it's too much work, or I don't want to do that and I'm overwhelmed by that idea. Or I don't compete well, like I don't match up to the people, like I'm not capable, right? Like I'm not capable of surviving this. But I think that maybe in the month of November, there might be something that fires you up, that instigates this energy of like, I can do it. You know, it kind of creates this, like wanting to charge on ahead towards something you really want. Let's pick one more here. But you don't realize you want it because it's in the moon. So it's something that's like in our shadow, you know, it's something that's, and that gets revealed, you know, so things get revealed when the moon card comes up. The truth comes out. The truth comes out about the reality of things. Yeah. There's a lot of like being guarded and kind of not wanting to really, I think this month of November, I think that it's going to be important for you to take a break from everything and just kind of allow yourself to like marinate and allow yourself to process some of the energies that are coming up for you here. Let's take a guidance card for Capricorn. Yeah, Nine of Wands is also kind of, I see you being very guarded, like you're being very protective of your energy and you're being very guarded. You're not trusting. I mean, maybe there could be this heartbreak that you're not trusting anyone. You don't want to let people in here. Well, yeah. So there's kind of like, you're kind of approaching things with like a fighter, you know, like you're like with a fighter attitude. There's a determination of you're going to get through this, which is a beautiful energy to have when we're going through difficult periods. But I'm also hearing that this is just a season. That's what I heard, that this season will pass. Like these experiences, this feeling will pass. It just will kind of, it's almost like a visiting for a short period of time and then it'll take its exit. And then we have the path. So I think that towards the end of the month, you may find that there's like this new path ahead for you and you're exploring it and you're seeing kind of like that path opening and you'll want to walk through that. You'll want to explore it. It'll kind of catch your attention. I do see your attention going elsewhere. Like your attention will kind of go off of this difficult experience that you're having, and you're going to want to go into something that just feels better for you or feels more exciting for you, or something where you kind of see like a possibility. So let's pick out an animal. Think on your feet. Yeah. So something where you're going to have to feel like you need to strategize moving forward. You're going to need to, I'm seeing kind of like this preparation, like you're prepping for saving, like saving up for hibernation, like kind of prepping your area, your space, making sure you have everything you need for hibernation, for just in case, or like those emergencies. So I see you kind of doing that. So the fox spirit this month for November. Let me pick one more here. I feel like there's a lot of shifting. There's a lot shifting for you this month. So it's kind of like you're going to be really in your mind and in your headspace. I feel like I keep saying that you're going to be in your mind, in your headspace. Maybe clearing out the crown chakra and third eye will also be helpful, just to kind of clear that mind. It has, and just be careful of your worries. Be careful of that. Be careful of how much you're worrying about things. Try to keep that to a minimum. Yeah, trust in divine detours. I love that, Coyote Spirit. Yeah, because I kept seeing that you're being rerouted, and you need to trust the path. Trust this path here. That you're going. I know it feels kind of like things are being shaken up, but you're being rerouted to something that's better for you. I really strongly feel that. And I felt it the strongest with the celebration and the study card. So I feel like it has something to do with your education. It could have something to do with your passions. It could have something to do with, some things that you've always wanted to do. And I also kind of like how these, these cards look very similar, don't they? And the feathers are both dogs, not dogs, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I think that I really want to read, I'm being really inspired to read the message for Fox Spirit, actually. So let me read that for you here. Fox Spirit, think on your feet. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared, and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgment and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind. A time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move, aware of your surroundings and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. Yeah. So, yeah, it does really kind of feel like there's something kind of like on the horizon for you. And it's kind of, I guess you can see this month as a time of preparation, of kind of like preparing yourself for anything kind of thing. And I don't mean to say that in like a scary way. I mean to just kind of, to know that things are maybe not going the way that you thought they would. So it's kind of like having like a plan A, B, and C just in case kind of thing. But I'm not seeing like chaos. I'm just seeing that it's just changing. And I kind of feel like there's that resistance to that change. So it's causing you to really take your time with preparing ahead of time. So when the significant changes start to escalate or increase, or there's some significant shifts, it's like you're kind of prepared for it. And I think that that's why maybe you're a bit guarded right now, because I think you can sense that things are changing, or they're different, or they're going to be different, very different soon. So I think that that it's gonna be something where you're like in planning mode this month. So okay, I know that this month is a bit of it's a detour. It's kind of you're being rerouted to something, but I really do feel like there is a beautiful gift out of this. I can sense it. Like there's something that you're going to discover, something you didn't know about yourself, or something you didn't allow yourself to explore, or something you didn't allow yourself to see about yourself. So I think that it's important to trust that. And I feel like your heart will open in a way that you didn't realize it could. So that was a really beautiful thing I just felt for you, Capricorn. I felt like your heart will open in a way that you didn't think it could. Like something, I feel like you're going to discover a long lost passion, or like a love for something that you kind of might have forgotten about, or can like kind of just put away, like childhood dreams kind of thing. Like, oh, that's never going to happen. So spend some time in exploring your passions this month, like especially if you don't have too much control over other outside circumstances. I think that this month will be a good month to kind of like focus on things that feel stable, things that feel secure, things that you can count on, things that you feel like that make you happy. Yeah, I love that. Okay, Capricorn, you are strong, you are powerful, just like these cards here, power, strength. You have some really interesting things on the horizon for November. And I'm excited to see how the next month, the rest of this year plays out and going into 2020, because I really do feel like 2022 is going to be radically different from these past couple years, I feel like, especially these last 2 years. So I wish you all the best. I hope you liked the format of this reading. It was just super intuitive, and I just wanted to explore and see what new things came out. It was really different, but I enjoyed it. So I hope you enjoyed it as well. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you resonated with this reading. I also have private readings available as well on my Etsy shop. It's a recorded reading. It's not live. Once I decide to do live readings, I will let you guys know. But for now, it's recorded. So all you have to do is just kind of purchase and kind of include your question, and I'll send you a private video on your email. So that option is there for you as well. And thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys for next month of December. Bye, Capricorn.